The Blues make their way to Wembley after seeing off Spurs in North London. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place yesterday evening at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea, which ended in a 1-0 victory for the Blues, and in terms of the overall tie, it ended 3-0 on aggregate to Chelsea. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I'll be giving you guys the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match against Tottenham Hotspur. I will then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, I will be breaking it down into the first half and the second half. And in addition to this, I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. And lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture that will be taking place this Saturday at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City, with kickoff at 12:30 p.m. UK time. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So we shall begin this review by taking a look at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match against Tottenham Hotspur, and yes, we will begin proceedings by talking about the formation that he chose. And in the case of yesterday's match, it was a 4-4-2 and not a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, which is what we're more accustomed to under Thomas Tuchel. But yes, it was a 4-4-2, and in terms of the personnel that Thomas Tuchel chose to field, he went with Kepa in goal. The back four was made up of Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen, Antonio Rudiger, and Malang Sarr. Yes, Malang Sarr was playing as a left back. The midfield four from right to left was Mason Mount, Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic, and Callum Hudson-Odoi, and the front two was Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner. So that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of yesterday's Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Tottenham Hotspur. Now I am going to give you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and yes, I will begin by talking about my thoughts on the first half. And I have to say that we did make a good start to the match. Yes, we didn't generate too many chances in the early stages of the match, but we were moving the ball about really well, and I have to say that this was assisted by the lack of pressing from Spurs, which was unexpected. I thought they were going to press us right from the off, considering that they were 2-0 down from the first leg. But yes, we did do really well in possession. We just didn't generate too many chances in the early exchanges. And after that little spell in the early exchanges, Spurs also had a spell on the ball where they did pose a threat, but thankfully we were able to stop them from actually threatening our goal on many occasions. And after they had that spell where they did pose a threat, or attempted to pose a threat, shall I say, we managed to get back on the ball, cause some problems, create some chances, and get the goal, and get the decisive goal. Yes, it's poor from the Spurs goalkeeper, but it's absolutely brilliant from the person who took the corner, which I think was Mason Mount, and Antonio Rudiger, who wasn't even looking when he scored the goal. He wasn't even looking at the goal or the ball. But yes, brilliant header. It did go off the back of his head and hit the underside of the bar. And the funny thing about this goal is that it doesn't even count as a shot on target because it hit the bar. But it was a brilliant finish, and it was a deserved goal. It was coming. No Spurs player can have any arguments against that. I mean, no Spurs fan can have any arguments against that, shall I say, to correct myself. But yes, it was a brilliant goal, and we took a deserved lead. After that, I do have to be honest, we should have scored more. We had some brilliant chances. Callum Hudson-Odoi had a chance where he tried to curl the ball into the far corner, but Galini made a great save. And I think he pushed out for a corner, but he did make a great save. Timo Werner also had a great chance. Romelu Lukaku had a great chance. Timo Werner did have a chance where he Okay, never mind. I'm not even going to mention all the chances we had after we scored the goal because I'd be here for ages. But we did have some great chances to increase our lead after we scored the opening goal. And in all honesty, we really should have done. Spurs did have a late flurry towards the end of the half where they did get awarded a penalty that was correctly overturned because it was never a penalty, in my opinion. Um, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg trips over his own legs, and Antonio Rudiger did look as though he got the ball. Maybe I'm wrong, but from the angle I saw it at, um, from the angle I saw the challenge at, Antonio Rudiger did look as though he got the ball, and it did look as though Pierre-Emile Højbjerg tripped over his own feet. But I'll have to keep looking at it to give you guys um, a definitive opinion. But yes, that was correctly ruled out, and that was given as a free kick because the challenge was made outside the box. The free kick did come to nothing. It did go. I think the free kick did see Kane hit the ball into our wall, and one of our players deflect the ball out for a corner, but it didn't threaten Kepa at all. And in all honesty, he didn't really get threatened in that first half whatsoever. They didn't have a shot on target in the first half, I don't think. But yes, um, overall, great first half. It should have been more than the one in which we um, managed to get. It should have been, um, sorry, we should have scored more than the one in which we ended up. Sorry, it should have been more. Um, oh my God, we should have scored more than the one in which we did score in the first half. But I was very happy with the first half performance. In terms of my thoughts on the second half, now I have to be honest. Spurs did come out. They did cause us a few problems. I think they changed their formation to back four as the second half went on. But they did put us under a bit of pressure, and they did actually have the ball in the back of the net eventually, but it was correctly ruled out for offside. Yes, it was millimeters, but it was the correct decision because he was past the goalkeeper, and of course that means that um, whatever player or whatever outfield player is behind the goalkeeper, it doesn't count. It's offside. Correct decision. Yes, they also had another penalty decision. Sorry, yes, they also got awarded another penalty, but I'm sorry if that was ever a penalty. It's embarrassing. I mean, we all know that the officiating in this country is dreadful, but to give a penalty when the goalkeeper clearly got the ball is just poor. I mean, it was clear as day that there was no foul there. Um, Kepa got the ball. Lucas Moura literally tripped over him. Um, Never a penalty. Never a penalty. Kepa was brilliant there because he knew that he had to get it right, and he did exactly that. Brilliant goalkeeping from Kepa. In terms of the goal that got disallowed, yes, Kane put the ball in the back of the net, but like I said already, he was correctly. Um, I mean, the goal was correctly ruled out for offside for reasons that I've already mentioned. But yes, Spurs did put us under a bit of pressure in the second half, but I felt as though um, we just managed the game, and overall, I have to say that it was a deserved win. Yes, Spurs did have their moments in the game, but they didn't really threaten us too much. We knew exactly what we were doing, and we managed to do it, and we managed to get the job done, which is what we needed to do. And as I said in my preview, and in my review of the first leg, and in my review of the game against Chesterfield, we didn't necessarily have to score, but we just couldn't concede, and that is exactly what we did. Yes, we scored, but we didn't concede, and that is what we needed to do. So fair play to the team, and it was a professional performance. In terms of the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, two positives, one negative. The first positive that I took from the match is that we were rock solid defensively. Yes, we did get cut open on a few occasions, but overall, I felt as though we were able to really stop Spurs from getting into our attacking third. I mean, in their attacking third on enough occasions to really threaten Kepa. And I felt as though our pressing was absolutely incredible. And funnily enough, that is actually the second positive that I took from yesterday's match. Our pressing, honestly, it was incredible. We were forcing Spurs into making so many mistakes. We were causing them to give the ball away. We were winning throw-ins from our pressing. We were getting into dangerous positions as a result of our pressing. We were winning the ball high up the pitch. It was just brilliant to see, and that is something that has improved. Um, under Thomas Tuchel. So fair play to the team, and those are the two positives. Yes, they were sort of merged into one, but they were actually two separate positives that I took from the match. But yes, those are the two positives that I took from the match. Yes, sadly, there has to be a negative, and it was the fact that I felt that we gave away too many cheap fouls, but we got the job done. But that is something that could result in suspension. So that is something that will need to be minimized or done in a way that that won't see players get sent off or potentially booked and suspended via the yellow card rule. But yes, we did give away a lot of cheap fouls in yesterday's game. But yes, that will happen. That is something that will be very difficult to change. But yes, that's the only negative that I took from yesterday's match. And that is it for my thoughts on Chelsea's 1-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against them. Please, guys, do drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, I'll do my very best to respond. Let's move on to the final part of this review, which will, of course, be my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture against Manchester City this weekend, or this Saturday at the Etihad Stadium with kickoff at 12:30 p.m. UK time. Let's do it. Now, to finish off this review, I am going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture that will be taking place this Saturday at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City with kickoff at 12:30 p.m. UK time. Honestly, if we want to revive our hopes of winning the Premier League title, we have to win this game. We have to win this game. It is definitely not going to be easy because we all know what Manchester City are like when they are on a roll. They are very difficult to stop. But I do have a bit of confidence because last season, when we weren't um, in the picture for the title, we did actually go up there and get the job done by beating them by 2 goals to 1. So there is absolutely no reason why we cannot do it. Yes, we do have injuries, but with the way we have been playing recently, we can do a job. It's just going to be really hard, but I do believe that we can do a job. Hopefully, we do it. I will be doing a preview for this game, so do stay tuned for this. It will be coming out tomorrow. But thank you for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Chelsea make their way to another Carabao Cup final, and hopefully they get the job done in that final because it's been it's been almost 7 years. Um, but yes, come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel, and peace.